I want to follow up on the rail issue. Senator Sanders and about a dozen other Democratic senators released a statement earlier today essentially saying that President Biden did well in the initial negotiations, but Congress should do better. They called out the rail industry specifically for making record profits of more than $20 billion over the past 3 quarters, and essentially said that they should use some of those profits to put it back towards their workers and make sure their workers have paid sick leave. I wonder what the president makes of those comments. We've heard the president before call out industry, call out the gas and the oil and gas industry for making record profits and not putting that back towards consumers. Does he feel the same way about the rail industry?
I want to be very clear here. The temporary agreement that the president was able to secure in September, on September 15th, as you know, that's when we announced it, had some real wins for workers. It really did. Again, the concessions he secured for workers included a 24% pay raise and a $5,000 bonus, no changes in copay, deductibles, or co-insurance cost for the operating crafts, some time off for routine, preventative, and emergency medical care, and protecting the 2-man crew. The victories he helped secure for workers is why the deal was ratified. It was ratified by 8 of the 12 unions. And we have to remember, right, if we were to be in a rail shutdown, it will hurt the very families that we're talking about, that you're asking me about, right? It would hurt the union families as well, and union workers. And so, he was asked to get involved in July. He did. He put together the Presidential Emergency Board, and he put the full, the fullness of the full weight of the administration to get to this temporary agreement. And again, I just listed out some real concrete gains that we saw because of the president's involvement.
So this message from Democrats that there's corporate greed involved, and that's one of the reasons why they can't have an agreement here. The president doesn't agree that the rail industry.
What I am saying is that the president was able to put together a temporary agreement that prevented a downturn, a disruption in our economy that would have hurt all families. And there are some really true wins that came out of this agreement because of the work that this president did. But look, I've said this many times, and he has said this many times, he's the president for all Americans, right? And it is important that we avert a rail shutdown. It is unacceptable. It would hurt farms, it would hurt jobs, it would hurt communities across the country. And so that is what the president is focused on. How is he going to help all Americans here?